Well, let's expand further on some of the things the president said there at the Brics summit. I'm now joined by Dr. Tony Bello. He's an agribusiness specialist. He joins me for more perspective from the nation's capital. Good to have you join us.
Thank you so much for having me, Ms. Precious.
Food security seemed to be at the front burner there in the president's speech. If you also recall, on the IMF report that was released for Nigeria, food security was also part of it. And I just wanted to get your reaction there to what the president said. And then, how we can begin to, make a way forward in terms of food security in the country.
Very well. Thank you so much. I believe the vision remains very clear from both Mr. President and the Vice President. I think last week was a particularly interesting one for the presidency's initiatives on food security and drive for investment. While Mr. President was on his way to the Brics summit, the Vice President was busy this past Thursday celebrating the World Cassava Day, and I was fortunate to be present there. So we had a double clarity of vision. While Mr. President is looking at the global, the Vice President was busy at home on moving cassava from a peasant crop to becoming a multi-billion-dollar export opportunity. And the thing was titled From Farm to Factories. Having said all of that, the president has declared very clearly, and I believe his staff, his team, very, very clear that we must remove all the bureaucracies that has impacted the green imperative over the past 7 years, quite honestly. You're talking about an initiative that came about, I believe, 2018, 2019 timeframe. No impact, no results, just MOUs. And I believe Mr. President is saying to the world, let us remove bureaucracy. He's talking to those of us who are in the home front, who are in the trenches, and saying, implement, implement, implement. Execute, execute, execute. It is not going to be more about MOUs and $1.1 billion investment commitment coming from Brazil. This is an $8 billion opportunity for Nigeria. And so we must find a way to engage the organized private sector.
Some people will say before we start seeking foreign direct investment into the agribusiness or agricultural sector in Nigeria, perhaps we should also find a way to ensure that farmers here are more productive, especially when it has to do with security.
Absolutely. The issues and the challenges we face in Nigeria are not new. We have evidence from as far back as 2013, 2014, where a USAID funded project working with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, UNDP, and Monitor Deloitte at the time, showcased 5 challenges. The security of supply of raw material was the number 3 on that list. First was infrastructure deficits. Second was access to affordable financing. The third, security of supply. This is where the farmer's role becomes extremely important. But when we're talking industrialization, we must bear in mind human capital, the skill set. That was number 4. And then, of course, the policy inconsistencies. We heard from Mr. President that he is continuing with the Green Alternative Initiative that came about in 2018. So there is policy consistency as far as that is concerned. So let me tell you, the farmers are the largest private sector group we have in Nigeria. We must remember that and know that as a matter of fact. However, the farmers have been able to feed Nigerians as long as I have been on planet Earth. We have to go beyond that. And this is the call for industrialization.
A lot of people would doubt that, Dr. Bello, that the farmers... a lot of people would doubt you when you say the farmers have been able to feed Nigeria, because some people would say, look, there is still a food deficit and that we need to really start thinking of how to improve on their production capacity. I know the government is doing some things, but I mean, is it really enough?
Absolutely. Increased productivity is one. The way that you drive increased productivity is creating demand. This is simple economics. I'm not an economist, agricultural economist. I am a food scientist. However, we are on the last mile of the journey of the value chain. So creating the market demand domestic is one thing, but driving surpluses that comes through the farming communities, that comes through mechanized agriculture, which is what the green imperative is all about in the first place, mechanization to increase productivity. We must do it together, but in an organized manner. Gone are the days where we rely on smallholder farmers with hoes and cutlasses. Many mechanized, large mechanized farms are emerging in this country today for the industrialization piece. Couple what our farmers have been able to do with their own limited resources and combining it with global best practices where we are bringing in the diaspora community and bringing in knowledge that works globally, especially on the human capital side, I think is the answer we are looking for. We've been asking the question, nothing is new under the sun. But I believe that Mr. President has to start thinking about delivery vehicles. And it is going to take the diaspora talent, the practical professional knowledge that we bring from overseas. Nigeria invested in most of us in our younger days, and combining our knowledge base with the local expertise we have here to begin to deliver
Dr. Tony,
results.
Hopefully, with some of the things you've said and some of the things the President is pushing for at the Brics Summit, we can move from deficit to sufficiency and then to surplus. Thank you so much for your time. Agribusiness specialist Dr. Tony Bello.
Thank you, Ms. Precious.
Well, let's turn our attention now to security matters. Troops of the Nigerian Army's 6th Brigade and Sector 3 of Operation